Morning and welcome to Collins Reading Aloud Project Part 119. Another 1,000 words, starting now. Hepatized, hepatizes, hepatizing, hepatocellular, hepatocyte, hepatocytes, hepatogenus, hepatologies, hepatologist, hepatologists, hepatology, hepatoma, hepatomas, hepatomata, hepatomegalies, hepatomegaly, hepatopancreas, hepatoscopies, hepatoscopy, hepatotoxic, hepatotoxicity, hepcat, hepcats, hepthymimer, hepthymimeral, hepthymimers, hepa, hepest, heps, hepster, hepsters, hept, heptachlor, heptachlors, heptacord, heptacords, heptad, heptadecanoic, heptads, heptaglot, heptaglots, heptagon, heptagonal, heptagons, heptagynous, heptahedra, heptahedral, heptahedron, heptahedrons, heptamerous, heptameter, heptameters, heptametrical, heptandrous, heptane, heptanes, heptangular, heptapodic, heptapodes, heptapodi, heptarch, heptarchal, heptarchic, heptarchies, heptarchist, heptarchists, heptarchs, heptarchy, heptastic, heptastics, heptasyllabic, heptathlete, heptathletes, heptathlon, heptathlons, heptatonic, heptavalent, heptos, heptoses, herald, heralded, heraldic, heraldically, heralding, heraldist, heraldists, heraldries, heraldry, heralds, heraldship, heraldships, herbaceous, herbaceously, herbage, herbaged, herbages, herbal, herbalism, herbalisms, herbalist, herbalists, herbals, herbar, herbaria, herbarial, herbarian, herbarians, herbaries, herbarium, herbariums, herbars, herbary, herbed, herbalet, herbalets, herbicidal, herbicidally, herbicide, herbicides, herbia, herbiest, herbist, herbists, herbivora, herbivore, herbivores, herbivories, herbivorous, herbivorous, herbivorously, herbivorousness, herbivory, herbless, herblet, herblets, herb-like, herbologies, herbology, herborization, herborizations, herborize, herborized, herborizes, herborizing, herborist, herborists, herborization, herborizations, herborize, herborized, herborizes, herborizing, herbose, herbus, herbs, herby, hercogames, hercogamus, hercogamy, Herculean, Hercules, Herculeses, Hercinite, Hercinites, herd, herdboy, herdboys, herded, herden, herdens, herder, herders, herdess, herdesses, herdic, herdix, herding, herdings, herd-like, herdman, herdmen, herds, herdsman, herdsmen, herdwick, herdwicks, here, hereabout, hereabouts, hereafter, hereafters, hereat, hereaway, hereaways, hereby, herides, hereditability, hereditable, hereditability, hereditable, hereditably, hereditament, hereditaments, hereditarian, hereditarianism, hereditarianist, hereditarians, hereditarily, hereditariness, hereditary, heredities, hereditist, hereditists, heredity, herefrom, herein, herein above, herein after, herein before, herein below, hereinto, here-ness, here-nesses, hereof, hereon, heres, heresiarch, heresiarchs, heresies, heresiographer, heresiographers, heresiographies, heresiography, heresiologies, heresiologist, heresiologists, heresiology, heresthetic, heresthetical, herestetician, heresteticians, heresthetics, heresy, heretic, heretical, heretically, hereticate, hereticated, hereticates, hereticating, heretics, hereto, heretofore, heretofores, heretrices, heretrix, heretrixes, hereunder, hereunto, hereupon, herewith, heried, heries, heriot, heriotable, heriots, heris, herison, herisons, heritabilities, heritability, heritable, heritably, heritage, heritages, heritor, heritors, heritress, heritresses, heritrices, heritrix, heritrixes, hercogamies, hercogamy, hurl, hurling, hurlings, hurls, herm, herma, hermi, hermaean, hermae, hermandad, hermandads, hermaphrodite, hermaphrodites, hermaphroditic, hermaphroditism, hermatypic, hermeneutic, hermeneutical, hermeneutically, hermeneutics, hermeneutist, hermeneutists, hermetic, hermetical, hermetically, hermeticism, hermeticisms, hermeticities, hermeticity, hermetics, hermetism, hermetisms, hermetist, hermetists, hermit, hermitage, hermitages, hermitess, hermitesses, hermitic, hermitical, hermitically, hermitism, hermitisms, hermitries, hermitry, hermits, herms, hern, hernia, herniae, hernial, hernias, herniate, herniated, herniates, herniating, herniation, herniations, hernioraphies, hernioraphy, herniotomies, herniotomy, herns, hernshaw, hernshaws, hero, heroes, heroic, heroical, heroically, heroicalness, heroicalnesses, heroicize, heroicized, heroicizes, heroicizing, heroicize, heroicized, heroicizes, heroicizing, heroically, heroicness, heroicnesses, heroic, heroicomic, heroicomical, heroics, heroine, heroine, heroines, heroinism, heroinisms, heroines, heroize, heroized, heroizes, heroizing, heroism, heroisms, heroize, heroized, heroizes, heroizing, heron, heronries, heronry, herons, heronso, heronsos, heronshaw, heronshaws, heroon, heroons, heroes, heroship, heroships, herpes, herpeses, herpes virus, herpes viruses, herpetic, herpetics, herpetofauna, herpetofaunae, herpetofaunas, herpetoid, herpetologic, herpetological, herpetologies, herpetologist, herpetologists, herpetology, herptile, heronvolk, heronvolks, herried, herries, herriment, herriments, herring, herringbone, herringbone, herringbones, herringboning, herringer, herringers, herrings, herry, herrying, herriment, herriments, hers, hersal, hersals, hearse, hearst, herself, hearses, hership, herships, herstories, herstory, hertz, hertzes, herry, herri, herride, herries, herrying, he's, hesitants, hesitances, hesitancies, hesitancy, hesitant, hesitantly, hesitate, hesitated, hesitator, hesitators, hesitates, hesitating, hesitatingly, hesitation, hesitations, hesitative, hesitator, hesitators, hesitatory, hesp, hespt, hesperid, hesperidia, hesperidin, hesperidins, hesperidium, hesperidiums, hesperids, hesping, hesps, hessian, hessians, hessite, hessites, hessonite, hessonites, hest, hesternal, hests, het, hetera, heteri, heteras, heteric, heterism, heterismic, heterisms, heterist, heteristic, heterists, hetera, heteri, heteras, heteria, heterias, heteric, heterism, heterismic, heterisms, heterist, heteristic, heterists, heterarchies, heterarchy, heterorxesis, heterorxeses, heterorxesis, hetero, heteroatom, heteroatoms, heteroauxin, heteroauxins, heteroblastic, heteroblastes, heteroblasty, heterocarpus, heterocircle, heterocircality, heterocerces, heterocirce, heterochromatic, heterochromatin, heterochromus, heterochronic, heterochronies, heterochronism, heterochronisms, heterochronus, heterochrony, heteroclite, heteroclites, heteroclitic, heteroclitus, heterocont, heteroconts, heterocycle, heterocycles, heterocyclic, heterocyclics, heterocyst, heterocystus, heterocysts, heterodactyl, heterodactylus, heterodactyls, heterodont, heterodox, heterodoxies, heterodoxy, heteroduplex, heteroduplexes, heterodyne, heterodyned, heterodynes, heterodining, heteroecious, heteroecism, heteroecisms, heteroflexible, heteroflexibles, heterogamete, heterogametes, heterogametic, heterogametes, heterogamety, heterogamies, heterogamous, heterogamy, heterogeneities, heterogeneity, heterogeneous, heterogeneously, heterogeneses, heterogenesis, heterogenetic, heterogenic, heterogenes, heterogeneous, heterogeny, heterogonic, heterogonies, heterogonous, heterogonously, heterogony, heterographed, heterografts, heterographic, heterographical, heterographies, heterography, heterogynous, heterokaryon, heterokaryons, heterokaryoses, heterokaryosis, heterokaryotic, heterocont, heterocontin, heteroconts, heterolethical, heterologies, heterologous, heterologously, heterology, heterolyses, heterolysis, heterolytic, heteromerous, heteromorphic, heteromorphies, heteromorphism, heteromorphisms, heteromorphis, morphus, heteromorphy, heteronymies, heteronymous, heteronymously, heteronymy, heteronym, heteronymous, heteronymously, heteronyms, heterousian, heterousians, heterophil, heterophile, heterophiles, heterophils, heterophanies, heterophany, heterophilies, heterophilus, heterophilie, heteroplasia, heteroplasias, heteroplastic, heteroplasties, heteroplasty, heteroploid, heteroploides, heteroploids, heteroploidy, heteropod, heteropods, heteropolar, heteropolarity, heteropteron, heteropterans, heteropterus, heteros, heteroskedastic, heteroskian, heteroskians, heteroses, heterosexism, heterosexisms, heterosexist, heterosexists, heterosexual, heterosexuality, heterosexually, heterosexuals, heterosis, heterosocial, heterosociality, heterosomatous, heterospecific, heterospecifics, heterospores, heterosporus, heterospory, heterostrophic, heterostrophes, heterostrophy, heterostyled, heterostyles, heterostylism, heterostylisms, heterostylus, heterostyly, heterotactic, heterotactus, heterotaxis, heterotaxia, heterotaxias, heterotaxic, heterotaxis, heterotaxis, heterotaxy, heterophalic, heterothales, heterothalism, heterothalisms, heterothaly, heterothermal, heterotic, heterotopia, heterotopias, heterotopic, heterotopies, heterotopus, heterotopy, heterotroph, heterotrophic, heterotrophies, heterotrophs, heterotrophy, heterotypic, heterotypical, heterosian, heterousians, heterozygoses, heterozygosis, heterozygosity, heterozygote, heterozygotes, heterozygous, heats, heifer, heatherwood, heths, heating, hetman, hetmanate. Oops. Let's go back. Hetman, hetmanate, hetmanates, hetmans, hetmanship, hetmanships, hetmen, hets, hetty, hetties, hyuk, hyukera, hyukeras, hyuks, hyur, hyurs, hulandite, hulandites, heureka, heurekas, heuretic, heuretics, heurism, heurisms, heuristic, heuristically, heuristics, heavier, heaviers, hew, hewable, hewed, hewer, hewers, hew, hewing, hewings, hewn, hews, hex, hexachloroethane, hexachloride, hexachlorides, hexachlorophane, hexachlorophene, hexachord, hexachords, hexacosanoic, hexact, hexactinal, hexactinellid, hexactinellids, hexats, hexacts, hexad, hexadactylic, hexadactylus, hexade, hexadecane, hexadecanes, hexadecanoic, hexadecimal, hexadecimals, hexades, hexadic, hexads, hexaemeric, hexaemeron, hexaemerons, hexafluoride, hexafluorides, hexafoil, hexafoils, hexaglot, hexaglots, hexagon, hexagonal, hexagonally, hexagons, hexagram, hexagramoid, hexagramoids, hexagrams, hexagynian, hexagynous, hexahedra, hexahedral, hexahedron, hexahedrons, hexahemeric, hexahemeron, hexahemerons, hexahydrate, hexahydrated, hexahydrates, hexameral, hexamerism, hexamerisms, hexamerous, hexameter, hexameters, hexamethonium, hexamethoniums, hexametral, hexametric, hexametrical, hexametrize, hexametrized, hexametrizes, hexametrizing, hexametrist, hexametrists, hexametrize, hexametrized, hexametrizes, hexametrizing, hexamine, hexamines, hexandrian, hexandrous, hexane, hexanes, hexangular, hexanoic, hexaplar, hexaplar, hexaplarian, hexaplaric, hexaplars, hexaploid, hexaploides, hexaploids, hexaploidy, hexapod, hexapodal, hexapodic, hexapodes, hexapods, hexapody, hexarch, hexarches, hexarchy, hexastick, hexastickle, hexasticic, hexasticic, hexasticon, hexastickons, hexasticks, hexastyle, hexastyles, hexatucle, hexathlon, hexathlons, hexavalent, hext, hexene, hexenes, hexa, hexarray, hexarrays, hexers, hexes, hexing, hexings, hexobarbital, hexobarbital, hexobarbitals, hexokinase, hexokinases, hexone, hexones, hexosaminidase, hexosaminidases, hexosan, hexosans, hexos, hexoses, hexyl, hexylene, hexylenes, hexylic, hexyl, resorcinol, hexyls, hay, heyday, heydays, heyday, heydays, hayduck, hayducks, hayed, haying, haze, high, hyant, hyatal, hiatus, hiatuses, hibachi, hibachis, hibacuska, hibacusia, hibacusia, hibacusias, hibernacle, hibernacles, hibernacular, hibernaculum, hibernal, hibernate, hibernated, hibernates, hibernating, hibernation, hibernations, hibernator, hibernators, hibernice, hibernicization, hibernicize, hibernicized, hibernicizes, hibernicizes, hibernicizing, hibernicization, hibernicize, hibernicized, hibernicizes, hibernicizing, hibernization, hibernizations, hibernize, hibernized, hibernizes, hibernizing, hibernization, hibernizations, hibernize, hibernized, hibernizes, hibernizing, hibiscus, hibiscuses, hick, hickety, hicketies, hickety, hicketies, hiccough, hiccoughed, hiccoughing, hiccoughs, hiccup, hiccuped, hiccuping, hiccuped, hiccuping, hiccups, hiccupy, hick, hicker. Oh, crash. I have to stop there. In fact, with 17 minutes gone, we'll call that the end, and I'll carry on from there tomorrow.